The coal they mined at Tynewydd was relatively close to the surface and was high-grade coking coal for use in the Merthyr Ironworks and as household coal. The journey down the pit shaft was a mere 100 yards, leading to the upper level, a flat tunnel or roadway just high enough for the pit ponies to walk through, but not high enough for the men to stand upright. There were also middle and bottom levels linked by a sloping roadway known as the Gelinog Dip. These levels would stretch out sideways for hundreds of yards, and it would not be uncommon for a miner to have to walk more than half a mile through these levels to start work. The men would dig sideways from these levels in an upward slope, following the seam of coal, creating narrow channels or stalls. It was gruelling work. These stalls were barely a yard high, and the men would work by the light of candles and spend most of the day lying sideways, chiselling away at the coal with small pickaxes known as mandrills. The miner, assisted by one or two butties, would load the coal in low trolleys called trams and roll them down the slope to be hooked up to the ponies that would drag the trams to the bottom of the shaft. Due to the social reforms of the recent Mines Regulation Act, young boys were not allowed to go down the mines, at least not until they were 12. Young women seldom worked. They provided desperately needed support to their mothers with the housework and the constant battle against starvation and grime. They stayed at home and learnt the skills of cooking, washing and sewing until it became their turn to lead a household. A miner's life was hard and dangerous. On average in South Wales, one miner died every 6 hours and sustained a serious injury every 12 minutes. Few lived longer than 50 years, the coal dust sort of lad. But there were some distractions, some salvation. Chapels were very well attended and the pubs were full every evening, except of course on Sundays. Literacy was well above average and there was a great love and participation in the arts and music. The Rhondda Mam has become something of a cliché. She is depicted as the family matriarch, the miracle worker who, despite being old beyond her years, with the exhaustion of frequent pregnancies, somehow managed to get the family through yet another week on a pittance. There is one simple reason why she is described as such: because it was true. She would rarely complain, suffer any hardship for the survival of her family, and if she met an untimely end, the doctor's certificate often failed to recognise a specific illness. And on more than one occasion, the event was simply explained as worked to death.